Hi creator, and welcome back to another The Mindful Creators Knitting podcast. It is episode number 28 already, and welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been a regular viewer. I am Fem, I'm the face behind The Mindful Creators. I am a yarn dyer. I have an online community group with people from all over the world that can craft and chat together, and I make YouTube here. I make videos here on YouTube. I'm also known to be a little chaotic in my videos, so if you're new here, get used to it. But yeah, in these videos I like to take a little bit more of a personal approach because this is my full-time job. The Mindful Creators is my business, and I also like to share what I am making because I'm a sharer. I'm sometimes an oversharer, but I'm a sharer. I like to show you what I'm making. I love to watch other people, their podcasts, so I just love the whole YouTube thing. That was a long introduction. I will show you today what I've been working on for the past, I think it's 3 weeks since I last posted. That is because I had some wrist issues. It is feeling better. However, I am feeling now my right hand is a little, but that is because of the yarn dyeing. I am finishing up a collection, the Dreaming of Spring collection, and you can see it up here. And this color, I'm not sure if you were able to see it, but this is fully speckled. And that was one of the best sellers. And if you maybe not know much about yarn dyeing, or maybe you're just curious, speckling I do by hand, and I make this motion a lot, and that's the same that you do with knitting if you can overuse. So I do feel it a little bit, but yeah, it's a beautiful color. I'm so happy that people are so happy with it, so it's worth it. It's worth it. I will take a little bit of a break after. As I said, I'm gonna show you what I've been working on. I have one new whip that I'm so in love with. It's so fun. I have a very long-awaited, almost finished whip, and I will show you why it's not finished completely. Something else I worked on. I don't have any new yarn. I've read a ton of books, or I listened to a ton of books. I will always do that in the end. What else? What else? Oh, I need your help with something because there is something I want to make. I will show it in the end too. And I don't know what color to dye it up in for myself, so I could use your advice. But let's get into my whips. Okay, whip number one I will be showing you is one I've shown you last time. I will do this one first. I have to make sure that my stitches are not falling with my cable because I don't have my needles on it yet. And I see that I also didn't put any cable stoppers on it, which is a dangerous game. The top that I'm working on, it's a summer top, is the Camisole number 9. And I'm seeing if what the front and back is again. I'm pretty sure that this is the front. It is in a really dark blue, so it's really hard to see on camera. I've shown this one last time, and also with editing I was like, yeah, that's so hard to see. But if I hold it in a certain position, I know that the light will make it a little bit more visible, yeah. So like this, you can see, yeah, oh, there we go. This is what I meant. So the Camisole number 9 is a top-down camisole. It doesn't have any sleeves. Now it only has really thin straps, but I will be edging on both sides of the straps. It's just a perfect, that sounded very exaggerated, perfect summer top, I think. This one came out last year. It is by knitting, what's it called again? My favorite things knitwear. And when it came out I already was like, oh, I would love to make it, but for me most of the times it takes me a little while before I will eventually make it, or that I really need to know if I like it, you know. Sometimes I go into something like, yeah, I will make it, and sometimes I will wait a year in this case. But yeah, this is a really fun top, and I have to hold it a little bit better because the front and back are of course different lengths, because on the front it dips a little bit lower, not very low. I think you can see it. Yes, can we do the trick again? There you go. So the front, it is still very high up. I think it is gonna be like up here. Oh, I will show you what I'm wearing in a second. Up here, but the back is even higher. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a great staple. Last time, I think I was almost finished with the front. Ooh, there go my stitches. Just one. A moment, please. This is a dangerous game I'm playing. I shouldn't be doing it like this, but I'm not gonna look for stoppers right now. I'll be fine. I got them. So, what I said is the last time, I'm gonna show it again in this way. I almost finished the front. So what I did is cast on for the back, and I'm now in the round also. just a little bit in the round. I think it might be a centimeter or so, which is 4 inches. No, 1 centimeter is, no, for 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. So it will be like a 1/4 inch, I guess. Something along those lines. Yeah, you could see it. So why am I explaining that? What you do for this top, for casting on the back, maybe fun to know where you start. You start with casting on some stitches, then you work back and forth to make the, well, one of the straps. You increase and stuff and everything and do the same, and then you put them together. When you go for the back, you actually pick up stitches along, well, I think probably somewhere, oh, here it is, yeah. So along here, it's so hard to see with this dark color. I will show you in a second what the yarn is. Here for me is the line that I had to pick up stitches, and then you really quickly start to increase and you start to work the back and back and forth, back and forth. I am knitting this on 3mm needles. I'm a little bit, well, scared is a big word, but a little bit like, ooh, is my gauge not too big? I think I am on gauge. I haven't measured it in a little bit because I haven't been working on it for like the last week or so. You can see, like, oh yeah, in the video it looks very see-through, which is not that bad in real life. You can just see my face through it. It's not that bad in real life. I checked with a few of my friends who've made this, and they were like, your gauge looks fine. It looks the same as mine. They were literally wearing it that day, so I could check it a little bit. So I think it will be fine. But the moment I can try it on, I probably will try it on to be sure. Because I do find that for me, knitting flat is, I knit a little bit tighter than what I knit in the round. I'm definitely more relaxed with knitting in the round. I think for some people it might even be the other way around. But for me, let me know what it is for you. For me, I am a looser knitter when I'm in the round. So yeah, what else to say about this? Oh, the yarn. This is Sunday's Gone Sunday. First time for me working with it. It's a fingering weight yarn. I have a skein somewhere in my pile, which I will talk about in a little bit. I'm not gonna get it for now. The color name, well, name number, I actually noted here. Let me get my notes. I have my laptop here next to me. The color number is 5591, and it is a petite knit collaboration colorway. I think it's really beautiful. It's really hard to see on camera. It is really, really deep blue. Could you call it a navy? I'm not sure. It's just a really beautiful, I think this is pretty accurate. Maybe even lighter than, it's like, it's close to black. Yeah, this what you're seeing here. I have to make sure that it's not gonna lighten it. This is probably quite accurate. I think it is a beautiful color, and I think it will suit me. For example, what I'm wearing right now doesn't really suit me, this color. But I think this will be better, a little bit darker. We'll see. But yeah, this is it for now. I haven't been working on it a ton right now because my new whip is just getting all my attention. I will show it to you in a second. But I will be I hope to be wearing it this summer. I will be working on it quite a bit. This for me really, oh my god, I'm talking a little too fast. I'm sorry. I am stumbling over my words. For me, this will definitely be a year-round finished object eventually. I think this is great with like cardigans, maybe a little jacket over it. It would even be good with like a blazer. Do we still wear blazers? I don't really have blazers. I have one, I guess, and one of my boyfriend that I sometimes wear. Yeah, I think it will be great for all of those things, and I will be working on it quite a bit again, or still, because we will be starting our summer top make along. I think when this is released, I'm pretty sure we already literally just started over in TMC Clubhouse. So that is my community group, as I just quickly mentioned in the beginning. I started the community group last year, April, so we have been a year in the running. And I just wanted to create a place for people like me that were looking for others in the crafting community here, knitting and crochet specific. Well, everything yarn, mostly. We have spinners in the group. We even have people who like to do some sewing or some cross stitching, like, but in the core it is about yarn crafts, yarn related crafts. But yeah, we have people from all over the world, and I'm talking about we, but I'm the one behind it, and together we are we. I just lowered the price, cut it in half. I'm also a little bit less active in it because I really want it to be about all you guys or all the people that are in there. So if you're interested in looking for a nice community, it is, if I say correctly, about 12 euros for Europe people, and that is about $11, because then it is excluding tax, $11 in US. So it is really affordable, I would say. You can try it out for a month. If you don't like it, you can just quit after that. We have fun community calls, crafting chats, lots of fun stuff. So you can take a look if you want, don't have to. But we are starting the Summer Top Make-Along, or just started the Summer Top Make-Along. We did that one last year, and I actually, oh wait, I didn't even notice, but I actually made this top during the Summer Top Make-Along. So let me tell you what I'm wearing then. I am wearing the Tolsta Tee. I was blanking for a second. The Tolsta Tee by the Camisole, the fingering weight version. Made in hand-dyed yarn by Agnieszka. She is an amazing yarn dyer from Lithuania. She is, I think, the first yarn dyer I ever bought hand-dyed yarn from. So that's pretty special, I would say. I also made a Monday sweater in her yarn. And the yarn is really cool. Let me just get a little up close. Yeah, it reminds me of the beach, but it doesn't really suit me. It's a little too light for me, which is not the problem with the yarn. It's a me problem. It did pull a little bit. Well, I did alternate skeins, which I was a little bummed about, but now I know. I wasn't yarn dyeing yet when I bought this, but yeah, I know that can happen. The Tolsta Tee itself, as I said, I made the fingering weight version. I also have made a DK weight version. A little bit of a love-hate relationship with it. I don't like the neckline. It is so loose. It is too wide for me personally. I definitely would have liked it a little bit more, like, I do like to see a little bit of collarbone. I like that, but just a little bit higher up. Right now, if I just let it hang, that was my breast strap. Yeah, it will just go over my straps even. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the neckline. For the fingering weight version, I sized down because I wanted it to be negative ease, as you can see. So I think I made the smallest size. I'm pretty sure I did. And I had 2 skeins of this. I used probably 150 grams or something. It is not super long. It is not cropped. It just does. I can tuck it in my jeans that I'm wearing right now. So that was pretty good. Yeah, I have worn it quite a bit, but the neckline is really bothering me. And it is also dipping pretty low in the back, as you can see. There are short rows, but still it's dipping pretty low, so I would probably make more short rows if I would make it again, which I'm probably not going to be doing because there are so many other patterns I want to do. The pattern, by the way, is by Rebecca Clow. I always forgot the last name. Crow, or no, I think it's Clow. Rebecca Clow. Clow. I hope I say that correctly. I think she has some great patterns. Just the neckline, that is just the only thing that's really bothering me in this top. So if I would make it again, because it is a good blank slate for lots of different options, I will probably see if I can take up less stitches. But yeah, I think there are other patterns that I would like to make, that already have that makes it a little bit easier on me. I am not necessarily a designer. I've designed a sock pattern. I have another sock pattern that I want to say I'm working on, but not actively, but I want to write up. I'm going to be writing up, let me say it like that. That is, I have it here actually. Let me just, is the sock in here? No. A second, I have it in the back. This one. Let me just see if it will focus. These socks I will be writing up a pattern for. It is really fun. Oh, there you can really see it. It has this swirl that goes all around the leg. Yeah, and then around the foot. It only does half. I think they are so cute. This was my Easter colorway that let me see if I can focus on my face again. That I created for this year. I don't have them in the shop anymore. They all sold out, so that was really good. But yeah, in general, I'm going all over the place. What I wanted to say, why I like to just pick another pattern, is because when I'm just knitting for myself, not designing anything or something, I just want to follow and see what happens. I do some adjustments sometimes or modifications, but yeah, as I said, there are so many other patterns that I probably would like to make then. Another pattern that I'm working on for the Summer Top Make-Along that I will be taking in is the Poppy Tee. Oh, this top. This is new cast on. I am really excited about this. The poppy tee is a pattern by Petite Knit. It is a top-down t-shirt pattern with a little bit of a longer sleeve. I think in a pattern it might come to like just above her elbow. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be making it. I think I'm going to be doing the same. But I enjoy this so much. I love the construction. I knew I was going to love it because I'm just not completely right in the corner here. I knew I was going to love it because the Lyon sweater that is on my needles, not actively working on, has the same construction. And I will show you what that is. Let me just show you the top first. So this is the front. Looks pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty, but that's not what I want to say. It looks pretty standard maybe. You can see that the sleeve is a little bit different, but if you go to the back, and it puckers a little bit now because I just put in the neck, but then you can see that it is not your standard construction. So what happens here is it's top down. You pick up stitches for the neck and you start to increase on both sides, just on this side. So this is from this down a little bit. This is what you will have eventually. What you then do is you pick up stitches on the side and work to the front a little bit. And I think you already eventually start in the round here. And then you also pick up stitches for the shoulder. I'm not sure again what the way was, but it's really fun. I really recommend. It gives a beautiful fit. You see the sleeve here eventually also goes out into a raglan. That is, I think that is literally from, where does this raglan start? Yeah, here. From here on out, you start to do just your standard raglan because then you start to increase on the body too. I casted this on as a new cast on. I think I casted this on, when did I do that? Last week? Not 100% sure. But it's going pretty quickly. I do have to say, yesterday I was watching Bridgerton, the new season, and I was knitting a little too fast, so I think I will be good to knit tonight, but I have to see if it goes well again. Oh, Bridgerton. I will talk a little bit about it later because I have some ideas yarn-wise. So if you're interested, stick around for that. But yeah, this is what I have now. I am now, what is it? Can we guesstimate how many centimeters that is? 5-ish, something, probably, underneath the arm. So I joined in the round, of course, then I split for sleeves. And I'm now just working on the body. And I'm going to be working on the body until I run out of this skein. Talking about the yarn is Istax Camp Yarn, which is actually a non-superwash merino from Istax, which is the brand, same brand as Pluto Lopi, Let Lopi, so the Icelandic yarn brand. And we found this actually at Wool City, which is, there's another name for it. It is a yarn store in Tilburg, here in the Netherlands. I'm from the Netherlands. All the Dutchies here could hear that probably if you're not from the Netherlands. I'm from the Netherlands. And we were going there with my friends, my knitting friends, and they had a big sale on this yarn. I think they were like down to €2.50 or €2. And yeah, this color, I just couldn't leave there. So this is what I have. The color is called Moss Green. It is a sport weight yarn. And I'm knitting this on 3.5, I think. 3.5 millimeter. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter needles. The color I've done on 3 millimeter needles. So let's talk a little bit about the color. I feel like it is also a little wonky if I look at it like this. The color you put on later, but I already decided to put it on because it just helps seeing what it will fit like, what it will look like. And I had a little bit of issues with this. I'm not going to say the exact number, but I had to get a number somewhere. I just had to get a certain number for the neck. But I was 20 stitches off, which is a huge difference. So I picked it up like 4 different times. And in the end, I am now 8 stitches off. Because I just picked up more than I was supposed to do. So it's really strange because all my measurements, they are right. I want to say they klop, which is Dutch. They are right. And it should work. But somehow I just couldn't get the number that I was supposed to have. This does result in a little bit of a tight neck. So I can get it over on top of my head, but it's a little tight. The first time I was like, oh my god, I'm not able to get it over my head. I was a little scared. I was like, no, because I tried to pick it up a few times now. But I'm able to get it over my head. I do just see, when I'm looking at it right now, you can see here, this part really goes down. But I think when you wear it and maybe with blocking your back is into it, I think it will be fine. My next door neighbors are doing their windows and it's distracting a little bit. But yeah, this is what I got so far. It is a 1x1 rib, and what I really like, Petite Knit does that more often in her patterns. I'm trying not to show my eyes so I can show what I mean. Here I can see a little bit of a ridge, and that is done with double knitting, but just one of the 2 rows of double knitting. Focus, please. There we are. So yeah, this is really nice, and what it does, it helps to fold over the collar, and yeah, I think it looks really neat. I'm gonna finish this skein, and then I'm gonna do the sleeves, and then just do the rest of the body. And yeah, it's going pretty quickly, so if I'm able to keep knitting, that's always the question for me, then I think this will be something that I will have finished quite soon, so I can hopefully still wear it before it gets too warm. We did get quite some warm days already. Not super warm, but in our apartment it just stays the same heat. It warms up quite quickly and it stays, even though right now we had like 26 degrees days, and I think I looked it up, it's like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which was really nice weather actually. But inside it gets to like 24 degrees Celsius already, which is almost the same as 80 Fahrenheit. And that's a little more, so we'll have to see. Yeah, that is my Poppy Tee by Petite Knit. I am making it in size 3, I'm pretty sure. I got 6 skeins of the sport weight, so what is that, 300 grams. We'll have to see if I use them all. I'm now my 3rd skein, pretty sure. Yeah, I think I'm on my 3rd skein, so I think I'm going to be using all of them. I think it will happen, or probably have like a little bit over of the last skein. So keep that in mind if you want to make this. It works with sport weight. Anything else I want to say about it? Yeah, maybe a little bit about the make-along. So I'm going to be making this still. We're doing this summer top make-along, as I just quickly mentioned, which is a make-along in which we will be working on summer tops. And that can be knitting, can be crochet, can be anything like that. Can be sleeves, like short sleeves or no sleeves at all. Maybe like a quarter sleeve, it doesn't matter at all. You can use tops that you already have laying around. So I have something that I would like to pick up again. I can show it quickly. This is the Gaia tee, for example. My puppy got into it, so my cable is like, I don't know if you can see it here. It's missing some pieces and I have to put it on needles again. But this is, for example, something I would like to pick up again. So you're allowed to cast on new things. You can work on our old whips. And there are some prizes. So one of the prizes I like to do is a gift card to my shop, the Mindful Creators, the yarn. I like to always give away a free month of membership to one of the members. And I might add another one. Not 100% sure. But yeah, all the people that are in TMC Clubhouse and they contribute, or like, how do you say that? They work on it and they post something. There are a few requirements, but not many. They are in the running for some giveaways. And I think it's just really fun because this time of year, it is the perfect time to work on summer knits if you want to make summer knits, of course. And sometimes we think, okay, summer knits are super quick, but they're always on smaller, not always, they are often on smaller needles, so it does take a little bit of time. So better start now. I'm going a little quick, I'm sorry. I am just going faster than my mouth can talk. But yeah, that is the summer top make along. If you have any questions, we are starting the 17th, which is the day I'm actually filming, the 17th of May, and it will run to the end of July. Yeah, that's until we run, so it's quite some time, 2.5 months. I like to make them always really casual or make alongs, and yeah, that's one of the things that we do in TMC Clubhouse, so check it out if you like. If you have any more questions, as I said, just put them in the comments below and I will answer them. Something new that I also casted on, actually, that I almost forgot about already, because I am gonna rip it out, I don't like it, is a sock. And the yarn is really special to me. So I will talk about that first quickly before I talk about the pattern, because I'm already gonna rip it out. I'm gonna do another sock that I already know which one it's gonna be. But this yarn, if you have been a long time viewer, you might recognize this. is it gonna focus? That's always the question here. Yeah, there we go. This is yarn by 6 and 7 Fibers, and I got this from my friend Dara, and she's really nice. She's here on YouTube too. Oh my god, I forgot her name now. Rolled on a String by Dara. I'm pretty sure. I will tag her below. I got this from her, really kindly gifted, and I just couldn't figure out what to do with it because it is special to me. I think there is some cashmere in it too. It's a mix of merino, cashmere, and nylon, I think. So it is a sock yarn. And first, again, this is if you've been viewing for longer, you know what I made with this. You can see it's pretty crinkled. It doesn't want to focus, guys. It has some hard time. But yeah, it's pretty crinkled. First, I started a little shawl with this. Then I was pretty far and I decided, nah, that's not gonna be it. So I took it out. Then I started the muscle burrow hat with it. I don't know, some people are like immediately get the muscle burrow as in with the gauge. For me it didn't work, so I ripped it out, and then I think, pretty sure I haven't done anything with it yet, but it's pretty crinkled, and now I just want to find what is gonna be it. And I thought it was gonna be these socks, so let me get the pattern here, because it is a pattern out of the 52 Weeks of Sock book by Lane Magazine. It's a really beautiful book with a lot of sock patterns. And the pattern that I started is the Stone pattern by Tatiana Kulikova. And this is, or these are the socks. I think, are we focused? Yes, we are. I think these are really fun. They have a little bit of, yeah, what is it? A texture, at least. And I thought this texture would be made with knits and pearls. I was wrong, actually. I needed something for one of our craft and chats or the movie night. I think our movie night that we do in the Mindful Creators Clubhouse. I was like, I don't have anything right now that I can pick up immediately, because I was for all of those projects at a point that I needed to wait or needed my focus. So I casted this on and I did like a few rounds of the texture, and I'm not sure if I'm able to show you this because I just literally have a few rounds. It's hard to show. Can you see this bar here? So I thought it was knits and pearls for this pattern, but it is actually slip stitches, and it is, I don't like making it. It's pretty annoying. It's pretty, very focused. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. It's quite tight. It's quite rough on my hands, so I don't like it. I'm gonna rip it out, and I'm gonna be making the Hermione Everyday socks, which I haven't made before. This is a pattern that is really popular on Ravelry. I think a lot of people made it. I'm pretty sure it's a broken rib pattern. And I think it will be really cute to let this yarn color shine. And right now I'm even thinking maybe socks for my boyfriend. Maybe, not sure. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the Hermione Everyday socks. We are gonna go on a little trip soon. And I think this will be perfect for like airport knitting. Because my poppy, I think I'm not gonna be taking with me. Maybe I'm already finished, I'm not sure. And maybe I'll take the Camisole number 9 into the plane. I'm pretty sure I won't have that finished by then. But yeah, we only have a carry-on, so I'm a little nervous again about my sock needles, or my needles in general. But I know my sock needles, they have never been taken from me. Other needles also haven't been taken. But yeah, these, I don't really... If I have to give them away, I'm not too mad about. But yeah, I don't have a check luggage, so I have to see what I'm going to be taking with me. But yeah, a little nervous about that. Mostly about the other needles that I want to take. But that is going to be recasted on, I guess. Just, I'm going to cast on those other socks. So yeah. Normally I do like a little news segment in the beginning, but I just completely ran over that. So I'm going to be saying something else in between. No, after this whip. It is very chaotic, and I always say that, but normally I don't think you guys mind, so let me know if you mind. I think maybe if you watch my videos you know that, and then you choose to watch it like that. But yeah, okay, something else that is almost finished, and that has been really, really long awaited, over a year now, or almost a year, I think, almost a year, is my boyfriend's zipper sweater. I'm almost finished. I thought I would be finished. That is why I wanted to film last week. But I wanted to have this finished. It's not finished yet, and I will tell you why. But it's almost finished. So this is a pattern by Petite Knit. Again, somehow I have two Petite Knit videos, two Petite Knit patterns in this video. And this is a top-down raglan zipper sweater. This is the zipper sweater men light version. This is actually the DK weight version, and it is really big, so it's a little hard to show you in this video like this. This is a project I'm making for my boyfriend, and I am working it in the recommended yarn, which is Sandnes Gone Peer Gynt. And this is a little bit more of a rustic yarn. It is really beautiful in this color. I do notice right now, maybe my puppy has gone into it. I have a little thing here that I have to see if I can get that away. I think I will be able to. But yeah, this I casted on last summer. And you think, whoa, that a heavy sweater in summer? Yeah, I wanted to have it finished this winter. Or last winter, actually. But a lot of things, I think there's always, as I said, I have some wrist issues sometimes. So if I'm able to knit, then while I have those issues, I tend to go for my projects that I'm most excited about. And that's sometimes not this. But yeah, I have it almost finished now. So last time I showed this, which is a while ago, I am pretty sure I only had to do like a sleeve until here, and the zipper facing. I'll show that a little bit more up close in a second. And I was really procrastinating on it, and eventually the sleeve took me an afternoon. So this is your sign to pick up that lingering whip, because this part, yeah, it took me an afternoon. I don't know if I also finished the ribbing and everything, and after I think that took another little bit. But it is almost finished, and oh, there's an Italian, I'm pretty sure it's an Italian bind off. You have the tubular bind off and Italian, and I did the one with the setup rows, and it looks so neat. You can see here, if you're new to knitting maybe, or those bind offs, what you can see is it looks like the ribbing is going through to the other side. I'm so happy with how this turned out. You can see my start and finished part, but yeah, that's fine. You won't see that, no one will see that. So yeah, I finished that. The rest, the body I already had finished, this other sleeve was already finished, and I did the zipper facing. And I should, yeah, it's a little hard to show it, but I can see if I'm gonna turn the sweater inside out. That makes it a little bit easier. It was actually inside out when I picked it up because I have to do the zipper. But let me show you the zipper facing first, because I finished that one, and I have a little bit of a note about it that maybe can help you out if you are working on the zipper sweater too and have to do the zipper soon. So you can see here I made the zipper facing. What you do for the zipper facing, in the beginning of the pattern you have to put some stitches aside because you will be knitting the zipper facer off of it. And it is inside out now, and this part was actually loose, and I've sewn it on onto the sweater. Let me see if I can show you here. And in between here you will be sewing the zipper. Oh, this is little, yeah, you can see it here. This is the whole part from both sides to here. This is the zipper facing. I knitted the pattern, but it was too short actually. So what I did, I just blocked everything, because you are supposed to block the sweater, pretty sure, before you do the zipper. If you do it after, it's gonna be probably like shift a little bit, and it's probably gonna look wonky. So I blocked it and everything, and I thought, oh, this will probably block out, and then I can just easily sew it on. I tried that, it didn't work. So my facing was actually till about here, so I was just pulling on it, and then it started to wave on the other side when I sewn it on. So I actually knitted it longer, probably like 6 rows on both sides, and then did this part again. So keep that in mind if you also struggle with it. I just knitted it longer. So yeah, the last thing I have to do is sew in the zipper. And here I have a little bit of a problem, because I cannot find the zipper. I have no idea where it is. And yeah, I need to do a little bit of a yarn stash clean. Like, this looks like it is my yarn stash, but this is not my yarn stash. I always see it. This is TMC yarn stash. So this is all hand-dyed yarns. I have 2 other blocks on the other side, but it looks a little messy, so you're just seeing this side. This is all pre-order yarns that are going away. This one, the box here down, is also full of pre-order yarns, and I have some more on the table there, in the pans, and in, I want to say my drying room, but that's just my washing room. So that is always neat. My own yarn stash is on this side. That's not so neat. So I think it should be somewhere in there. So I was thinking about making a little bit of a yarn stash organization video. Wanted to do that last week, but I was just too busy with the pre-order. I wasn't able to do it. So hopefully next week, I hope I have some time to do it then. And hopefully I will find my zipper, because that is why I actually wanted to film last week the podcast, because I wanted to have this completely finished, but I couldn't find it. So I will finish this hopefully before next podcast if I find the zipper. I have a really beautiful petite knit zipper that I bought in Copenhagen. It is one of their like signature zippers that I think looks really good with the zipper sweater. It has the same color, like the fabric against the zipper or next to the zipper is the same color as the sweater, like a light gray, and it is a bit of a bronze looking zipper, I think. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, I think it's gonna be great for this one. It has that little ball on top of the zipper. So yeah, we'll see when I find it and finish it, because I'm really close now. I'm like, yeah, the only thing I have to do is sew in the zipper. I've watched the videos already, so I'm pretty sure that I can just, how do you say that? Just pin it down, sew it in. Maybe I have to do 2 tries or something, but yeah, almost finished, like almost, can't believe it. This is just such a bunch of fabric that I'm also happy to have off my card here, because I have a card where I put everything in. Oh, I'm so happy when he has this. It looks great on him. If I, or when I finish it and show like the fully finished object, I'll see if I can make a little video or take some pictures of how it looks on him, because I think it looks really great. And I'm really happy with this. This is like a sweater that he is going to be wearing for so many years. So yeah, that was my last whip, I think, already. Yeah. Now let me show you a little bit of a news thing that I wanted to do in the beginning, but I thought maybe just go into all the things first. And I actually wanted to show you one thing, then do the news, but I forgot, because my mind is a little chaotic. And definitely right now I'm working on so many different things. There are different things going on behind the scenes. And one of them is actually summer tonals. This is not a summer tonal, but it is the summer tonal yarn. So I'm gonna be doing summer tonals. I don't really see it as a collection, more as like an in-between thing. So this is, for example, Dreaming of Spring, a collection. Quite a bit of what is here, like down, is the collection before that, which was Only Yarn in the Building, inspired by Only Murders in the Building, the show. And this is just gonna be like an in-between thing, a really short pre-order. But yeah. This is, again, as I said, not the color, but I do want to show it to you, because if you have watched the last episode, you might remember that I said that someone, the episode before, commented on a mini that I actually knitted into a square for the a blanket. Let me show that to you here. So this mini actually here is a mini that I dyed up a little while ago for a fair, and someone commented here like, oh my god, I love the color, can you dye that up for me? And I said, of course I can dye that up for you. So I did have the recipe, and I now dyed it up on a full skein. Let me just hold it together. That's maybe fun to see. So yeah, this is a mini 2 strands held together, and I had to twitch the pattern or the recipe a little bit, but I think I got really close. So you can see it here. This is actually a new yarn base. The speckles are a little less sharp, because this is a non-superwash merino. So this is gonna be the new yarn base, temporary yarn base that I will be having for the summer tonals. This is called Lovely Linen. It is a 80-20, 80% non-superwash merino yarn with an 18.5 micron count. That says something about the softness. And 20% linen actually. So if I keep it up close, you might be able to see the linen a little bit. First time I held this yarn, I was like, wow, there's so much hay in here. But that's the linen, and it doesn't itch. It is really nice. So yeah, I gave the customer, like the viewer here, thank you so much. I gave her the option, like, I am gonna be working with it. Would you already be interested in this yarn base? And she was like, yeah, I would like that. So she is the first one. It's a really special one. I'm gonna be sending this out next week with all the other pre-order yarns. I'm gonna be sending everything out next week. So this is a really fun one, and this is the yarn base that I will be dyeing the summer tonals on. So summer tonals, I wanted to have them. I thought it was really fun. I also wanted to do it with spring, but there was so much I already had going on. So I will have about 5-ish tonals dyed up on this base, and I am working on them right now. I'm a little stuck, I have to say. I was really looking into pastels, like soft colors. I really wanted to have a butter yellow, so maybe you know it's really trendy right now, but I really do love the color. I'm seeing it more and more, and it might be a trend color, but I really like it in general. So I wanted to make a butter yellow. Didn't really work out. It became like a bright bird yellow, so I have to work on that. I have to see if I'm able to mix it. I need to have a little bit of a lighter yellow dye. I mix all my colors. I never take something straight out of the dye pot most of the time, or like rarely take something straight out of the dye pot. I almost always mix all my colors. I think that makes it the most unique. But the yellow is really hard to dye up, so yeah, we'll have to see if that happens. Then I did a little poll on Instagram. I post a lot of things on Instagram, like if you want to be updated on things or be able to vote on some things, follow me there. I put quite a lot of polls out. So one poll I put out, like, would you like soft colors or would you like bright colors? And it was 60-40, so 60 soft, 40 bright. I think over 100 people voted. I was like, okay, that doesn't really help. Someone also texted me like, maybe you can do both. So I'm not really sure, but I want to finalize all my colors next week. I have 2 colors that I'm pretty set on, but they need some tweaking. They need some tweaking, and I want to have around 5 colors, and then have a pre-order time of about 3 weeks. Not the pre-order being open for 3 weeks, but me being able to dye up the yarns in 3 weeks, because I do have a summer yarn available, and I think it is nice if you are offering a summer yarn that you guys are also able to knit with that summer yarn for people that are interested. So yeah, I have to see how that goes. I want to finish it next week, as I said, and I would like to launch it, well, not a week later, but the week after that, in the beginning of the week when we are back. So yeah, that is a little bit of work that I'm doing still now. I have so many beautiful color palettes. I'm just working on colors, and I did pick one of the most difficult colors to start with because I did have a feeling that it was gonna take me a little while. So you'll see. Probably next podcast I'm able to show all the colors. But as I said, follow me on Instagram if you're interested in my yarn dyeing, because by the time I have something finished, finalized and everything, and they are going live, sometimes I'm not there yet with videos. So the thing is, if you are interested, follow me on Instagram, because there you'll be updated on everything. So yeah, that's summer tonals. One last thing that I did just now is I launched advent calendars, and I just wanted to say thank you, because it was so fun. I sold a really good amount of advent calendars. I'm so happy about that. It's my first advent calendar. The theme is Gelateria Italiana. I love Italy. I love ice cream. Thank you, by the way, Alice, for correcting me on the pronunciation. First I thought it was Gelataria Italiana, then I thought it was Gelateria Italiana, but it is Gelateria Italiana. I am learning Italian since I'm almost on a year. This summer I will be on a year. But yeah, I did my advent calendar, and I'm so thankful for all the amazing comments on it. And yes, it's gonna be so fun to dye up. I cannot wait to dye it up. So yeah, that's something that happened. This is something I've not said anywhere yet, but I am thinking, maybe, not sure, so don't keep me on this, but I am thinking about maybe later, maybe around like full in summer, to also launch like a 4 or 5 week full skein advent. But I'm not sure yet, so I have to see. Maybe I'll do a little poll on Instagram again, so you can vote to see what people think. But I did get some questions about it, so maybe I'll do that. I am excited about it. I'll have to see. It will be a different theme probably. And I'm also thinking maybe make it a New Year's countdown. So it has like 5 weeks or 4 weeks, I don't know what it will be exactly. Maybe sock sets, maybe just 100 gram full skeins. But we'll have to see if I do that. So yeah, again, I will post all of that on Instagram. And if you already have some ideas about it, or like your opinion about it, post it here in the comments. I would love to hear about it. So yeah, that's really fun. I think I'm already at the part for shows, series, watching, live. Let me see. I have one last thing actually. Yeah, I said that in the beginning. I need your opinion on something, and this is just a personal thing that is not business related at all. I want to make the Elisabeth blouse by Petite Knit. Again, so much petite knit. I don't know how that happened, but there are just some patterns right now that I'm really into. This is a top that I looked at in the beginning when it came out, and I wasn't interested by it at all. Actually, I don't love a color actually, but I tried it on from a friend of mine, Claudia's Knits, and I was like, yep, I like it, I need this. So I want to make it. I actually have some yarn for it, for myself, which is a sport weight Peruvian Highland wool. And I'm looking if I have it laying down here. No. This is the DK version that I will be releasing in August. And yeah, it's so beautiful. But now I just ordered the sport weight version for myself, which might become a new yarn, but probably not. I probably will just do the DK version. We'll have to see what people will like. I cannot have too many yarn bases. I already have 6 right now, and I will have 7 with that one. And I think 7 is already quite the max, because when I do collections, I try to dye everything, every color on an every base, which is like a few €1,000 investment before I even sell anything. So we'll have to see if that's if I'm possible to do that with that many bases. But yeah, for now I ordered the sport weight version of that because I want to make the Elisabeth blouse, which you can make with a sport weight Peruvian. But I don't know which color. I don't know. Right now I am working on a dark blue. I have another dark blue sweater on the needles that is not active right now, but I do have that. I have the dark green, and I have another batch of dark green yarn. Those are 2 colors that I do really love, but I don't want to make the sweater in those 2 colors because I will be having eventually 4 finished objects in those colors, so 2 for the blue, 2 for the green. I'm thinking maybe about a really deep color, so maybe a really deep maroon, but I'm not sure if I would gravitate towards that, or a really deep brown, which is not something I normally wear, but I think it would suit me. I do have some really deep brown yarn for slipover that I've shown before by Yellowholz Spinnery, Handgevaart garn. I hope I say that correctly. I don't have it here, I can't show you right now, but I think that's gonna suit me quite well. I feel like those dark, I'm not really sure in which color family I am, but I feel like that would work. But yeah, for the sweater, I don't know what color. So if you have some ideas, I do want it to be something a little bit more timeless. So the deep brown would work, or a deep red. Help me out. If you have ideas, maybe something completely different, I would also be open to. But I'm not sure yet. I do want to dye something up for that. Maybe it will be a color for like a fall time collection, winter time collection. We'll have to see. But yeah, that is all knitting for now. I don't have any acquisitions. I had quite a lot in the last episode, so if you're interested in watching that, you can click the video above here. One of the things was the Sunsgarn yarn and the Camp garn. That was all new, so I'm already working with that, which is I think really fun. Yeah, all knitting. Any patterns? Yeah, I'm gonna probably be casting on the Hermione Everyday socks, and eventually then the Elisabeth blouse, but I have to dye up yarn first, so that's not gonna happen really soon. I would like to make something with the lovely linen yarn, of course, but I have to see if I have time for that, because it probably will be smarter to start on the sample for something later. About a new collection, that is the last thing yarn we're gonna chat. So I've been watching Bridgerton, 2 episodes now. I probably will be watching the other 2 today of the new season, and I'm so in love with it. 30 minutes into the first episode, I already had a full list of colorways ideas in my head. So I did a little poll on Instagram again to see hypothetically what people would think about a Bridgerton collection. And I did want to put out a poll because I think a lot of people have already done it, and a lot of people have already done it really, really well. So I was like gauging if someone would even be interested. Seems that quite some people are interested. I'm loving this season so much. So let's go into listening, watching, reading. I started Bridgerton. Oh, I think it's so highly anticipated. The PR they've been doing is really, really smartly done. Well done, smart. Yeah, they do it really well. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this, and I think most people have already, like really that were waiting for it, have already watched the 4 episodes in an evening probably. Oh, I just love the costumes. I have so many colorway ideas already. I cannot wait to start dyeing this up because I think I'll be doing a Bridgerton collection next. I think I just need to. I'm a little afraid that maybe a lot of people are going to be doing that, which totally get it because it is amazing and we are all inspired by new things that come out. But let me know if you would even be interested in a Bridgerton collection. I think it will be a nice mix of soft colors but also deep rich colors, because if you have watched the show already, the new episode, I will be focusing on the new season, so keep that in mind. There's a dress, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I think I can say that there's a dress that Penelope wears that is, oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. So yeah, it will be soft colors, but also deep, rich, darker colors. I have to see how that works together. These are only ideas that are in my head right now. But yeah, I love this season so much. And I watched 2 episodes, we'll be watching the other 2 soon, and then I have to wait a month for the other 4. So probably if I'm going to be doing this collection, I will already start creating colors, and then maybe focus just on the first 4 episodes and maybe add something. But I could already have a new collection within a month if I really work through it. Just only ideas right now. Other things that we have watched is Fall Guy. We finished Fall Guy. Oh, really like that show. Really well done. It's a little well, it's not dystopia, it's more like sci-fi. If you like that, I think we watched it on, oh my god, I have no idea, was it Apple TV? I'm not sure. No, I think it was Prime. I think it was Prime Video. I really recommend. I loved it. It was really good, I think. That's my washing machine in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. Something else that we finished already last time but that I forgot to talk about was Baby Reindeer. And I did want to mention it again because I thought it was so well done. I get goosebumps thinking about it. It was so well done. If you don't know what it is about a guy that is trying to become it in the stand-up comedian world, but he's struggling quite a bit. His comedy is not that good. And he meets someone at the bar that he works at, and she becomes his stalker. She is totally obsessed with him, and yeah, the whole story goes, and it's pretty intense. It's quite a little bit dark eventually. You have to be prepared. There are quite some intense scenes also, but I think it is really well done. And we knew when we started watching it that it is based on a true story actually. However, and maybe we're a little dumb for not noticing this, but only in the last episode, during the speech, if you've watched it you know, then we realized that the actor acting or playing the main character is playing himself. He is the person that this happened to. We didn't notice. We didn't know. We were just watching. We went through it so quickly. So yeah, that was, again, I get goosebumps thinking about it because it's just imagining that he's playing through all those traumatic events that happened for him. Yeah, I thought it was really well done. I like a good show. Well, it's a little weird to say because this was a storytelling about his real life, but I think it was really well done and it's a pretty good told story. I think I'm gonna leave it with that. So watch it if you want. It's on Netflix. We really enjoyed watching it. Again, that sounds a little weird when we thought it was really good. Let me say it like that. It's intense, but it is good. I'm looking at my notes. What have we watched? What are we watching? Yeah, we are watching Slow Horses. Completely different kind of show. It is on Apple TV. We have been watching some things on Apple TV now. We have like a temporary, how do you call it? Abonnement is a Dutch word. Subscription. Yeah, we have a temporary subscription and we are really enjoying it actually. The shows that are on Apple TV. Another show that we watched that I really liked was Silo. I've talked about that a little while ago. We are now watching Slow Horses, which is, let me tell, how do I explain that? It is MI5 or MI6. And Slow Horses talks about a office from MI5 or MI6, one of the two, where like the people that haven't done that well on their job are being sent to like, okay, just do the boring stuff there. But a lot of things happen. We are now in season 2, I'm pretty sure. And I do really enjoy it. Well, I not always enjoy, yeah, how do I say it? I don't love super violent shows. I can handle some violence. For example, I've watched Game of Thrones, so that's pretty intense. But I don't like it when it gets too real. But this one is really good. It's pretty interesting. So Slow Horses. And we are now watching Dark Matter. Also on Apple TV, I'm pretty sure. It's a new show that releases every week. And I don't really know how to explain that one, because that one is more sci-fi, like real world and sci-fi together. I feel like I'm talking about shows for like 10 minutes. I really love movies and series, if you didn't know yet. But yeah, that is really good too. We started the newest episode yesterday, but my boyfriend was falling asleep, so I was like, should we just watch another time? Because then you can really see what is happening. It's like, yeah, please do that. So we probably will watch it probably tonight or something, that episode. But yeah, if you like sci-fi, I don't know how to explain it. There's so much still that we have to get to know. So I really like it. If I know more in the next podcast episode, I will tell you. That is everything we are watching or have watched that I really want to talk about, because I don't always show everything. We are also watching a documentary. Maybe I'll talk about it next time. But those are always the things I really recommend. Books, I'm gonna go through this a little quick because I have been listening to a ton of books. Last time I was listening to Shatter Me, and I say listen because right now I have a subscription to a audiobook service, because I am dying so much yarn and I really like to just listen to books at the same time. I'm a little picky on what I like to listen to. I don't like to listen to fantasy. I want to read fantasy because then I can really get my own imagination into it, which is a bummer because I love fantasy a lot. So I'm not reading a lot of fantasy right now because I just don't have a lot of time to read, or don't make a lot of time to read. Also, in the evening I just want to sometimes watch TikTok and then go to sleep. But I listened to Shatter Me. I didn't love it. I did finish it. I didn't love it. It was very young adult, which is nothing wrong with that. I do think if I was like 13 years old, I would have loved the series, I think. Because I did read a lot of young adult, like dystopian stuff back then. Probably when I was younger already. For me it was a little bit boring right now, I think maybe. I did start the first novella because that is the order apparently that's good to read in. I don't know, I think what it was called, but it was the first novella and it was about Warner, I think his name is. Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I think, yeah, I'm thinking what I can say without spoiling anything, but there are like two manly character, not manly, there are two male characters that are really important, and Warner is kind of like the bad guy, I think, right now. And I feel it was just a glorification of his bad behavior, toxic behavior, and I was like, yeah, did not like that. That was only just, I think it was only like 2 hours long, so I listened to it. Then I started the third book because I was interested enough to just start a little bit, and after an hour and a half I stopped. I didn't get it, maybe, I don't know, I wasn't a fan. If you do like it, chat with me in the comments why you did like it. Maybe I need to listen to more. For example, I love Avatar, and I know some people quit after the first book. I'm like, no, you have to keep reading. So maybe that's the same with this series, I don't know. I stopped listening to it. There was Unravel, was by the way the third book, so like the second full book. Then I started a detective series that I absolutely love, and I'm gonna really go through it quickly because I almost finished the full series already. There are 7 books in the series. Maybe that's good to know. So I've been listening to the Detective Rob Miller Mysteries by Bibba Pierce. It is narrated by Nathaniel Priestley, which I really love his narrating voice for this series. I think it fits really well. I love these books. It's about a detective, Rob Miller, and most of the cases that he gets are, I don't know how much you can say on YouTube because you can be flagged for some words, but are serial cases. You probably get what I mean. So I think it's pretty interesting. The books are written really well. It's not too dark, which I like. When I'm reading or listening to these books, I see the movie happening in my head, and I think that's really well done. Really easy to grab. It's just really easy to listen to also. It's not like it's a boring book or like a simple book, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There is a background story going because it's a series. There are now 7 books out. I am now book 7. I think that says enough. I love listening to them. I am almost sad that it's gonna be over soon. I actually tried to contact the author on Instagram, like, will there be a next book? But I didn't get a reply, sadly. But yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. So let me really quickly show you what kind of star rating I gave it. I am on Goodreads. I will link it below. I like to just do really simple reviews, and I like to do like a year goal. I'm now at 9 books this year, didn't read much until I started listening to these books, and I want to have 25 or something, but it's a really loose goal. I'm not like stuck on it. Book 1, I gave 4 stars. Book 2, I gave 4 stars. Book 3, 5. Book 4 I gave 4 stars, and book 5 and 6 I also gave 5 stars. And the reason why I gave some books 4 stars is like they are not mind-blowing revelations that are happening. It was in book 6 actually, but not in the other books, which is fine. Like, it's a series, so you cannot say like every time that his co-worker or his neighbor or his partner did the thing that they are looking for. But I think they were really fun. And as I said, I could really see it happening in my head. So I recommend, I really liked it. And I'm now listening to book 7, which I probably will be finished, or have finished next week, because it is Friday. I have to dye another pen today, but it's not going to take me 5 hours. So yeah, I probably have that finished by next podcast episode, and we'll tell you about it. But I would like your advice on what to read next, because I don't know, I'm not sure yet. So as I said, I don't like to listen to fantasy, because I want to see it in my head myself with my own reading voice, if you get what I mean. But if there are other series maybe that you like, I know Bibba Pierce has other book series, but they are not available on my audio service. I'm now using Storytel again, so that's a bummer. I really would have liked to listen to those. But yeah, I'm open to a lot of things, so let me know what you like. Maybe you have a good recommendation. And I think that's gonna be it. I feel like this is a long one again, because there's not much to cut in between what I talked about, I think. And I thought it was going to be a shorter one, but it's always the case, so I'm not trying to say that anymore in the beginning. I'm like a broken record. I know there are so many things that I say the same. You can probably do like a bingo card with, I'm probably speaking too fast. I'm very chaotic. I hope you are able to follow me. Probably something like me misspeaking my words. So yeah, if you're really into it, make the bingo card and you can tick off things that I say every single episode. Either way, thank you for being here still. Thank you for watching. If you've watched till the end, thank you so much. Last thing, life stuff. We will be visiting my boyfriend's grandparents this weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. We're taking our puppy Guusje with us. She is not here right now. She's with my boyfriend at the office, which, oh my god, it's so nice. I love her, but she's a handful, and it was been really intense yesterday. I couldn't do anything. And other things, yeah, we're going on a little trip soon, but I'm not going to be talking too much about it. I will talk about it when we're back, because safety issues and everything, and that's better. So yeah, that's going to be happening soon. Gonna be relaxing and eating, and oh, so looking forward to it. Guusje's not coming with us. She's gonna go to my sister-in-law, mother-in-law, and I think that is great for us. We need some us time. Other things, think about it. Yeah, we had some really sad news. If you're really here still to the end, thank you. I'm gonna talk a little bit of sad news, and I think if you're still here, you're interested in what I'm saying probably. We had to say goodbye to my childhood dog. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional again about it. Yeah, we had to say goodbye to our childhood dog. Is that how do you say it? The dog that I grew up with. I didn't expect to get emotional. Let me take a moment. Okay, I'm good now, I think. Good enough, at least. I don't want to cry. I don't feel like crying. I don't want to cry right now. I've cried enough about it. We said goodbye, sadly. My best buddy of almost, I think, 15 and a half years or 14 and a half years. Well, I am 26, almost 27. We got him when I was like 11 or 12. Oh my god, my head cannot do math right now. I think he got to 15. 15 and a half, which is an amazing age. Absolutely amazing. But sadly, we had to say goodbye. So that was really sad. I'm still not doing 100% okay about it, I feel right now. But yeah, that's gonna be taking some time. Luckily, it all went really peacefully, and he really felt it. I wasn't sure if he was ready, but he was ready. So that was really good. And he slept in really peacefully. We were able to say goodbye quite well, and it's just sad. It's just really sad right now. But yeah, that's something that happened in my personal life, that I do share personal things here. I think I share, sometimes it looks like probably I will share quite a lot, but there are definitely a lot of things that I don't share, but I thought somehow find this one important to share. I did have his picture normally behind me. It's not that I don't want to see the picture anymore. I actually got a more prominent spot. But if you remember the picture of a dog there behind me, that was normally behind me on my printer. That was Dabber, my absolutely buddy of many years, and now it's just on another spot. With what I actually did is I made a paw print. I do have it laying here, which I really recommend doing this if you have to say goodbye. Or just want to have a nice remembrance of your dog, or maybe, yeah, it's just, for me, I now did this because I want to remember something, have something physical to remember him by. I actually got these print pads, it's really hard to see, off of Amazon, and there's some cardstock paper in it, and these print pads I already used too, and I actually printed out his, or not printed out, we did his paw print, and we have that now in a nice spot in the home with a little candle with it. So yeah. Oh my god, I didn't expect to get so emotional by it. But yeah, I'm just gonna close it off by that, I think. It is just hard on me, and but I know he's doing well now, so that's good. Yeah, loss is just always hard. So if you're going through something like that, I'm thinking of you. I know it will just take a little bit of time for me to be able to talk about it like without tearing up. And I thought I was at that point already, but apparently I am not. So yeah, whew, we're gonna close up this episode. If you're still here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your continuous support of watching my videos. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching till the end. Sorry for throwing this on you in the end. I like to keep it open here, an open space, and talk about what is going on. I started with talking quite a bit about my mental health, which I'm not doing anymore that much because I don't feel the need to. I'm doing really well, which I'm really grateful for. I did a lot of work to get there. So I think I'm talking a little bit less about life stuff in general. My business in my life kind of, which I also really like. So yeah, that was the episode. I'm gonna close it off. Tell me what you're working on. I hope you had some time to work on some things. I would love to chat with you about it in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a little like and maybe follow along. It's free, it's fun. So yeah, I post right now every other week, kind of, sometimes weekly. I will see you next time. I'm gonna close it off. Thank you so much for being here, and bye creator. See you next time.